Hi everybody, Rachelle Jones, Lunch Live, 11:45. What is today? Friday, 11:45. Duh, that's craziness. I must be tired. I am tired actually. It's been a very long week. Hi Nicole, thanks for joining. Um, Speaking of Nicole, hi Cheryl. So yesterday, well actually this week a lot. This whole week, actually. Yesterday, I had an event for the people here in Santa Clarita who have been affected by the recent school shooting, but also just in the week, this whole past week since it occurred. I just want to tell each one of you who have shared posts or spread the word or shared about your experience or just in some way helped get grief recovery out there a little bit more into the hearts of people who need it. That's what it specializes in, right? Is grieving hearts who are hurting because of change. And I just want to thank each one of you who showed up in the weeks to support, or the calls or the emails or the texts or the, hey, you want me to watch your kids so you can go help these people? Thank you for all of that. I really appreciate every ounce of it. That is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so today, I have another thought. I'm afraid I'm going to forget it. But today I was thinking a little bit about like humility and what humility is. So we are all operating our life with what we know. It's just what we know. But we're focusing on grief here, right? The feelings inside of your heart, the heavy, weighted, painful feelings in your heart somewhere because of a change. Some kind of change hurt you, whether it's your health or your safety or your trust or your control or, I don't know, feeling loved or included or accepted. That hurts and that produces those feelings and we call them grief. So you have been operating with all of those moments, those grieving moments, with what you know. And I have people come in here telling you what they know. And it sounds like, well, I just don't think about it. Or I just, think about positive things. Hi, Tam. I just think about positive things. Or I just give it to God. Or I just need to pray about it. And so that's what you know. And that's what you use, which is great. I'd rather you use what you know than nothing at all. But each one of those types of things, usually what we know, is short term. It does last. You can go sing songs or listen to the radio or visit with friends or just not think about it and go to a movie or numb out in some way. But the pain does come back, right? Because those are short term. Those weren't the correct fix for what's going on inside of your heart and soul. So I want you to picture, get a vision. Remember, I'm an old ICU nurse from the Air Force, so I think with medical situations, okay? So I want you to just close your eyes and picture in your mind, you're walking, you're doing whatever, maybe you're running or something, and you run into something or you fall and you get a big old cut on your leg, like on your thigh, right? So you've got this big old cut, it's wide open, and what are you thinking at that moment? I've got to get stitches because it's a big, wide, deep cut. So if you imagine that you've got this big cut on your leg that needs stitches to begin to repair correctly, but I tell you, we'll just go pray about it. Come on, let's pray. Let's just read. Let's pray. Let's sing songs. Let's just don't think about it. Just think about other things. You know what? Let's watch a movie. Think about that for a minute. Go back and apply those thoughts to the big cut on your leg. Is it gonna work? Hi, Michelle. Is it gonna cut? Is it gonna work? No, right? They're a distraction. But as soon as the distraction's over, boom, your mind goes right back to thinking about the pain. Oh my gosh. And you still have to get stitches. That's how the wound is going to heal properly. We need stitches. That's what's needed to heal that wound correctly. So our heart is much the same. If we don't use the correct tools and actions to heal those emotional wounds, then we absolutely are not going to heal the wound correctly. We'll do a little something, but it's not going to be correct, and you're still going to have lasting, lingering effects because it didn't get what it needed. So what happens is we ignore those emotional wounds, those big old wide open cuts in our soul. We ignore them and we let time pass, and we get really busy because we use all the tools we know. We get busy, we stay strong, we ignore it, we go for a walk, we meditate, we ignore the wound, and time passes. So a month from now, you're like, I don't know, guys, that's still really hurting, and you try to tell the truth about it, and somebody's like, dude, that was a month ago. You're still fussing about that? Or, man, that should be gone now. I mean, it's already been a month or a year or 10 years. The thing is, if you never take the time to heal a wound correctly, it lingers and remains. But you know what's happening within that month or year or 10 years of waiting and not taking the proper actions to heal that wound? You're also incurring new wounds, aren't you? I don't know, maybe you've gotten fired or had a job change, or your car broke down, or your partner is not treating you nicely, or you've had some arguments, or you've had money trouble, or you've had other stuff. But guess what? You probably use those old tools to try to heal those too. And what's happening is you're just filleting your heart. It's just cut open wide all over your heart, not physically your heart, but your soul, your spirit, your intuition, your gut. There's a wound in there. You could feel when there's a wound in there. And you just keep adding new ones and never taking the time to heal them correctly because what you already know and use isn't effective. So the whole point of humility is saying, maybe there's something more to learn. Maybe I don't have all the information. Maybe I don't have all the tools. And so I'm just going to be the first one to say, I don't know everything about heart surgery. I don't know everything about surgery in general. I don't know everything that teachers know to teach kindergarten or first grade or second grade or sixth grade. I've never done that. I don't know how to build furniture. I don't know how to do hair. I know how to do my own hair, but I can't color it and do all that stuff as well as someone who specializes in that. And so grief recovery specialists specialize in properly healing the wounds of your soul. And until we do that, we're operating through life with cuts and wounds and bleeding, gaping sores in our soul, in our intuition, in our gut. And then we go through life thinking that we're not affected. Now you just tell me, if I start cutting up my legs and they need stitches and I'm going through life with all of those big wounds, I could say that it doesn't bother me, but it does. We all know that. The pain is going to affect, it's going to maybe I'll have a shorter temper or less space for grace, or maybe I hold on to just angry feelings. Oh, I just need, I have a shorter fuse. I don't have the ability to just let you talk for 10 hours because I'm just kind of short on the inside. That's what emotional wounds do. And until you open up your mind to the possibility that there's more to learn, visit a grief recovery method class. It is the only class. I apologize. That happens when I get a call. So the grief recovery method is the only method on planet Earth that has been scientifically proven. It's backed by science to be effective in healing the wounds of your gut, your soul, your intuition, your spirit, your force, your aura. The grief recovery method knows how to find the wound and effectively heal it. But I can't heal it. It's inside of you. I can't even see it. You just happen to know it's there. So I'm going to show you step by step how to heal your own wounds on the inside, the ones we can't see that we try to pretend aren't there. There are 16 steps to heal an emotional wound. Pray about it, think about it. All that does is extend the time of the wound. But you have specific actions to heal it. So there are 16 of them. whatever you know, do you know 16 steps? Exactly, this is absolutely going to work. And if you shared whatever's in your head with the next person, is it going to work for them too? If you shared it over here in this country, is it going to work for that person? If you shared it over there in that country, is it going to work for that person? If you shared it in that language, is it going to work for that person? So that's the danger of, well, I already know. No, this is what we do. That's the danger. Hi guys, thanks for joining. Thank you so much for being here. The danger of only sticking to what you know and not having an open learner's spirit, the spirit to learn something new from the people who specialize in this, in the system that's backed by science, you are not only permitting your own wounds to stay in there. I see somebody's requesting to be in a video. Give me a thumbs up if you're actually meant to send that, or because I don't want to freak you out and invite, have you on the video and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know. So I just want to give you that grace. Let me know if you actually want to be in there. But there are 16 steps. And if I teach you what those 16 steps are and show you how to use them and then stand with you while you use them, I'm certain that it will help you here in Southern California, that it'll help you in Texas, Arizona, it'll help you in Mexico, it'll help you in Spain, it'll help you in Italy, it'll help you in Hungary, because that's what backed by science means. It means it's effective for any human. It's a human program to heal wounds. It's the stitches that your soul needs to heal properly. Now let's think about wounds. Are stitches all that we need? No, right? We need to keep the wound clean and dry and maybe covered. And we need, healthy nutrition, because on a cellular level, we need to go heal the wound that way too. We need to keep it from getting infected. We need to protect it so that it could build and repair properly and close and be well. So it wasn't you, Cheryl. It says somebody else, somebody I'm not familiar with the screen name. So I'm not sure, but I hope that helps you. So there are 16 steps to effectively heal or complete one wound. It's incomplete as long as it's gaping open. It's incomplete as long as we haven't taken all the 16 steps. And I'm almost certain that you don't know all the 16 steps. You might know 4, you might know 11, but if you don't know 16, it's still not going to be healed, guys. So I want you to hear that. So what I've been doing with people with the shooting, hi, thanks for joining. What I've been doing with people after the shooting is doing like about the first 2 to 3 steps in the moment to get them started in the direction of recovery. This is the correct path, guys. But I can't in an hour and a half teach them all the 16 steps and take all the 16 actions with them because, well, that takes a long time. It takes either a 2-day class, I teach 2-day classes, or it takes 8-week class, which is we meet for an hour and a half or 90 minutes once a week for 8 weeks. So you have a start date and an end date to your class, and you know that in those 8 weeks or in those 2 days, you're absolutely not only going to learn how to heal your wound, but you're going to take the actions to heal it correctly and properly and for good. That's what the grief recovery method is about. What kind of questions do you guys have about that? What are you wondering? Cheryl, thank you. What are you wondering? What kind of questions do you have? Because that's the thing. All day long, I'm getting the, well, this is what I've done. And I keep telling them that, but they must not be doing it because it's not working. Oh, yeah. So I admire you for doing what you know, but let's take some time to learn maybe what we could add to what you know. Maybe you decide what you know isn't actually working at all, so you decide to ditch it and make more room for more tools to fit in there, right? You get to decide that. But it all starts with a spirit of humility, a spirit of, maybe I don't know everything. What we want to get away from are those short-term fixes. Or at least know, okay, I'm just going to engage in this right now because I don't know what else to do, because short-term relief is something. How do you know it's short-term? Oh, the pain comes back. Your mind says, nope, still there, still got a wound, I'm still gonna need some help over here. So your soul knows. You can't trick your gut. You can't trick the intuition, whatever you want to call it, gut, spirit, soul, intuition, force, aura, it doesn't matter. But you can't trick it. It knows what it needs. Cheryl says the biggest step is to do it. That's absolutely afraid. Do it afraid. The other side is a brightness you've never seen. Cheryl, thank you for that. Thank you. There you go, guys. It works. It works. It happens. So we take time to learn it. And then guess what? You've got all these tools. So next time a new thing happens, a new painful situation happens, no matter what the depth of pain, even if it's just something that feels not as intense, you still reach back and pull out a tool and know that it's going to work. Instead of, well, I've tried this my whole life, but really, so we use that word resilient, but what we use it incorrectly. Hi, thanks for joining. We use that word resilient. I'm hearing it a lot. Resilient. But what really is happening, unless we've taken all the 16 steps, what we really do is just put the rocks in our backpack and start walking with all the weight connected to us. And that's not any good. So I have to go. I love you all. I'm thankful to you. And I just want you to know I'm here when you're ready. If you have questions, you need a specialist near you, you call me. Let me know. I'll love to help you. Love you all. Talk with you next time. Bye, everybody.